What up, what up, what up? We're back for another episode of the Arguing Brothers podcast. I think I got some feedback in the background. Hopefully somebody can handle that for me. But yep, there we go. Yep, we're back for another Arguing Brothers podcast, fellas. How you doing?
Pretty good, baby.
Everybody. Then we got all four of us for the first time in a long time. I think D's somewhere driving somewhere, man. Where you at right now, man?
I'm about to help him out, bro. He's special, bro.
Bro, you on mute, bro.
That boy Donovan's special, bro.
Yeah, we'll skip past you, Dante. It don't even matter right now. But yeah, man, it's been a lot going on. Been a lot of sports stuff. Wild night last night with the 11 championship games going back and forth, and we got a lot to talk about. So let's get into it right now, man. So first and foremost, let's get our thoughts on what we saw with the Texas Georgia game, SEC championship in Atlanta, Georgia, down at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. Very defensive struggle, battle of a game, back and forth. Ray, start us off. Give me your thoughts on what you saw with that game.
I think Texas blew it, man. I think they got into the red zone or close to the red zone like every possession in the first half. They couldn't, get the big play, get touchdowns. They missed 2 field goals. And then, ultimately that was the game, man. A game that went into overtime. Georgia, stuck with it, hung around, and made some plays in the second half when Carson Beck went down. Shout out to the young kid. What's the damn quarterback name? Jesus Christ.
Stockton.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. He held it together. He played with some poise. He made some mistakes as a young QB, but Georgia hung around and Texas let him hang around. And that ultimately was a game, those 2 missed field goals. So I know today, it's going to hurt because now you would have had to get a bye, get healthy, go into the second round of the playoffs. So now, anything can happen. You can, be invincible. Texas played well all year, but, definitely, not capitalizing and getting touchdowns and ultimately missing 2 field goals with the demise of the game.
Keon, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, Ray pretty much hit it on the head. A lot of self-inflicted wounds. The ball just bounced in Georgia way. It was a couple of times where they even had fumbled and was able to get the recovery. That normally never happens where the ball just, somebody scripted it. 9 times out of 10, the other team gets it. And when you're in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns. They had outgained them probably by double in the first half and was only up by 3 points. So, you let a team hang around most times it's gonna come back to bite you. So, other than that, it was a good game. Especially in the second half. But Texas really a lot of inflicted wounds they did to themselves to lose that game. And like Ray said, one of those is not scoring in the red zone in the first half where you could have broke the game open, selling for field goals. I think they missing a couple of field goals. So and that came down to being, the outcome of the game. And, like Ray said, the freshman came in, 4-star, 5-star, whatever he was, recruited as, played well, for to say someone that hadn't played all year, maybe. Like he got in a game, one half of a game was a blowout. So big win by Georgia, man. And they probably gonna get the bye now, get rest up and get healed up. And Texas is looking back at it this morning, man, like they let one slip away.
Yeah, I think. Let's make one correction. Gunnar Stockton is not a freshman; he's a third-year quarterback at Georgia. So that's one thing we want to make sure that's clear. So he's been in the program for a while, for 3 years. So I think for him, he played well. He didn't play. I don't. Well, I'm gonna take the well away. He played decent enough, but he didn't just totally end. He didn't totally decrease their chances. But I mean, the interception doing the sideline was one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. I don't even know where you throw the ball to. And I think that if the guy would have cut back inside, he probably would have took it to the house, and that probably would have won the game. But you got to give Georgia credit; they stopped them after that, and they kept them everything to field goals. But I think one thing I wasn't impressed with was Quentin Ewers. Was it Quentin?
Yours,
Ewers,
yeah.
whatever. Ewers. Man, that guy for a quarterback that's been at Texas for 3 years, has been in a college program for 5. He wish he was at Ohio State. I just don't see the way he struggled. I mean, some of his reads and some of the throws. I mean, I get it. Some of the receivers, some things on the receiver. I think the first interception on that was on the receiver. He kind of turned inside, turned the wrong way, and then make a play for the ball, and the guy intercepted the ball. But some of the other throws he had, some of the other interceptions, are just mind-boggling. I don't understand it. Like, and so that's what the part of his game. If he's going to the next level, he's really gonna have to improve. His decision making needs to improve tremendously. And I think that's one of my main concerns when I saw Texas was him. Like, I thought they have everything else. They have a top level defense, really, really good playmakers. He's gonna be the issue. And I think he's gonna be the issue in the playoffs too. Like, they're not clicking in all ways. He struggles. And then when you try to go to Archie, I don't think Archie was playing that great. So they got problems. But shout out to Georgia. I mean, you win a game that a lot of teams thought you weren't going to win. A lot of analysts had them losing this game. They went in there. You Carson Beck goes down. At that point, you think it's over. And the kids step in, the running game, started to play well, and they took over and won the game. And the defense shut down the team in overtime, kept them to a field goal, and you go win it with a TD. That's just that's championship football. Texas, welcome to the SEC. That's what I got from that. Welcome to the SEC. That's championship level football right there. Georgia's had a tough schedule majority of the season. They played some really good teams. So, and they were battle tested. And they came in, they were ready to play, man. So I had to give it up. Shout out to them. Shout out to Kirby. You know what I mean? That the man learned it all from the GOAT. So shout out to Kirby, man, for doing what he did. Man, shout out to Kirby. Let's talk a little about Arizona State and Iowa State. What y'all thought about that one? Right? What you think about that chant? That was a smacking.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows, man, like how the portal can change your team in a heartbeat. Arizona State was picked to be last in the Pac-12. I mean, in their division, turned out to be a 10-2 team. And shout out to Arizona State, man. For, just showing teams and showing people, man. You're just 1-2 players away from changing your program. Their coach is a former player. And that running game, I think Bo Ski, something like that. Like, dude carried that team, bro, from a standpoint. He scored 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 catching. And shout out there as a State, man. They turned their whole season around because nobody expected this one for sure.
Key, you yourself, man?
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good game for the most part, man. Oregon, they showed in the past you thought they wasn't a physical team. So now they showing that they can battle in the trenches. They can run the ball. They just not a finesse team. They ain't all about passing. They got a nice pass rushers. Um, Pitt played well. But it was again not Pitt. I mean say
Yeah, Since you
Pittsburgh.
were there to talk about Oregon, we were to talk about Oregon. We're actually talking about Arizona State and Iowa State, but I think you meant when you're talking about Pitt. I think you meant Penn State, not Pitt.
Oh, my bad. I thought y'all was talking about so the Arizona State game. I ain't really see that game.
Yeah, it was a blowout, man. It was a smacking. It wasn't nothing really discussed. We just, we got on our little slate today, so.
Yeah. I ain't really see that game, but yeah, it was a smacking, bro. It was some good games going on. I ain't really see that game.
Yeah, so let's dive to the Oregon and Penn State game, man. For that game, I just have a problem with the fact that Franklin, man, John Franklin can't win these big games, man. I mean, that seems to be the sentiment. He cannot win a big game. He cannot win when they need him to win the games that they need him to win. He don't do it, and they played well enough, right? They did some things in the second half, and kind of first half for sure, but in the second half they kind of Oregon pulled away from them after a couple of good drives. But man, that's one thing about Franklin. Is he a big game coach? That's
Good
the
question.
problem. Ray, is he a big game coach? Because I just you paying him millions of dollars and he cannot win the big game.
Yeah, I don't think he is. He hasn't shown it. They have been very, very, very great over the last 5-6 years. They're always competitive, but when the time matters most, they haven't won. And indicative of yesterday. Like yesterday, they started out super duper slow. Oregon was getting anything they wanted. They're scoring at will. The tight end had 2 early touchdowns. And then the second half, they kind of put it together. It was a back and forth game. But you have to win these type of games. People to consider you a great coach. And Franklin, unfortunately, bro, he's going to always get the team. He get a lot of kids out of DMV.
I'm good. How are you?
All righty.
But he just can't win the big game, bro. And it's unfortunate, bro. And hopefully, Penn State continue to keep him, but he's only the elite coach in the NCAA, but he's not winning the big game, and it's unfortunate. But they got the talent.
Man, they messed up early in the game. When they try to go for 2, talking about the analytics, they go for 2. I'm like, bro, you kick the field goals, you down 7. And then with the 2 minutes, you had 2 minutes left in the game, you get the first down. It's 2nd and 1, you get the first down, you keep the clocks moving. That's all they had to do. But you're right. He 1 and 30 in the big game, 1 and 20-something in big games?
Dang.
Since he been there?
Yeah, he's just not a big game coach, man. I get that. If we're on Ryan Day, you got to be on John Franklin too, bro. If they on Ryan, they see that he gets a pass, but if the way they get on Ryan Day, you got to get on John Franklin for not being able to win those big games, man.
It's James Franklin.
I mean James Franklin. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yes.
You cannot be a big game coach like James Franklin. I mean, being these big games that James Franklin be in and lose them every single time, and just be like, well, it don't matter. If you're on Ryan Day, if they're on Ryan Day's job about taking his job security, you need to be on James Franklin the same way, because he lose at the same rate, and it's always the big games.
No, I don't think it's so much. With the difference is Ryan Day is losing to Michigan.
I mean, we know that, but that's still a big game, whether it's Michigan or not. To me, I don't have no skin in that fight for the Michigan aspect of it. That's more of a Ohio State problem. I understand Ohio State people have an issue.
Yeah. But James Franklin, the difference is James Franklin can't win no big game.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Some big game. Yeah, he wins some. Ryan Day wins some big games. James Franklin don't win no big game. And then if he loses in the first round of the playoffs, that's gonna be a bigger problem.
Yeah, and so that's my issue with him. At some point, you got to be able to say to yourself, all right, are we getting the most out of him? And as a coach, he brings in the talent, he brings in the top tier players. He has great coaching. So it can't be a coaching issue. He's brought in he's changed his OC several times. I mean, he's had some of the best talent. I mean, he had Shaq Barkley, he had all these guys, you know what I mean? Shaquan Barkley, all those guys. He's got these guys that are there who are now in the NFL doing big things. He's had all this talent, and the fact that he can't win that big game, bro, it's got to be unsettling. If I'm a Penn State alum, I'm annoyed that you can't beat these teams, and then you lose to an organization that just came to the Big Ten. Oregon was just in the Pac-12 last season, and they didn't lose a game in the Big Ten. So, man, what does that say to you about your conference? That's tough, bro. That's tough. That means your conference isn't where you think it is at all. That's crazy. That's tough, man. That's tough. All right, let's jump into Clemson SMU. Since Keon was calling me about this, we texted about it last night. Let's talk about it, man. So, Adante, first of all, kudos to you. Your team won. I know you're excited, man, to get into the playoff because y'all had no chance of getting
Zero.
that playoff if y'all didn't win that game.
You
So
got that right. Appreciate it, Ray. Appreciate it, Ray.
So that was me, man.
Oh, good.
Not right. But congratulations on that. So oh yeah. When they lost to Syracuse. so what's your thoughts on that game, man? Like how do you feel about moving forward in the playoffs?
Man, look, first of all, we can't run the ball. Maffa, he hurt. The other kid, Gearing, he got hurt last night, on the kickoff. So I don't know what we're going to do for running the ball. As far as the team, I think the defense played well enough. We capitalized on early mistakes that SMU had. But I think down the stretch, we got to make adjustments on defense. Like, that's going to be our issue. So when we get into late game situations, we don't have a good pass rush. Teams are able to move the ball at a higher rate. We was up 17, and I just think that there got to be some adjustments on defense to where we can have that last burst of energy that we need to win games. We got lucky last night. Period. In the second half, they outplayed us, and SMU is a great team. But for me going forward, we got to figure out down the stretch. If we're in close games, we have to figure out down the stretch from a defensive standpoint. And I think that's going to be a problem depending on who we play in this playoffs in the first round. Because I'm not comfortable with the defense on the back end of the fourth quarter. If we can show up some things, that's cool. But if we don't, we out in the first round.
Y'all going home. Don't worry about
it. Hey, bro, don't get mad with us.
Right?
Don't get mad with us because y'all lost.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at all, dog. I ain't mad at all.
You mad, nigga, because you were talking shit at the beginning of the year.
I'm over it.
You were happy all year.
I'm on the next season, man. College football is over for me.
Hey, listen. I watched that game, and Clemson. You can see where the Clemson's issues are. Clemson has they have a everything you said now is 100% correct. They have a running. They can't run the ball. So when you got to rely on the quarterback to make the throws, he sometimes makes them, sometimes he doesn't. And his inconsistency is the reason why you guys are very up and down as far as your offense. SMU just seemed like they came out, they were a little bit shell-shocked. It's a championship game. It's probably a little colder. They're in Dallas, so it's cold as hell to them. It's still like 80 degrees in Dallas. It's I think it was like 30 to 40 degrees in Charlotte. And it seemed like they just didn't know how to warm up until it came to the second half. And, but Dabo, shout out to Dabo, though. The first 3-loss team to make it to the playoff. Shout out to him. So, you know what I mean? I got to give him respect. Dabo did what he had to do. They won the game. His end of the games, after the game speech was a little annoying, but, it's traditionally Dabo. But it was all around a great game at the end. And, you got to give your props to Clemson and SMU for giving us a good game. So, Ray, say you done? You want no thoughts on this?
No, I just think, like I said, SMU had a great year. I think they should be in the playoffs. But they just started slow. Just bad play. Like the first quarter really was deciding the game. They were down 21-0, and they scored the touchdown on a quarterback run. So it really was the first few minutes of the game really decided the whole game. But both teams, shout out to them. Clemson, didn't have the greatest year, but found some way to get to the playoffs, and anything can happen in the playoffs at this point, bro. But I think SMU should make it though.
We'll see. I would get into that, but really honestly, I don't know. To be honest with you, like if I'm sitting there being very transparent, be like, oh well, I think Bama's gonna get over them. I have no idea because I don't know how the committee really evaluates wins and losses, significance of certain wins, significance of certain losses. If I looked at it like how I love to look at it, and it was my opinion would be like Bama beat South Carolina. South Carolina beat Clemson. Bama beat Georgia. Georgia beat Clemson. So like you lost to Clemson. Like, I don't know how
Hold
this
on.
is gonna work. Huh?
Hold on, Jane. Hold on, Jane. But then Georgia State beat Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt beat Bama.
There
Bama
you
went
go.
to,
But then,
Bama went to Oklahoma and
the
scored 3
SMU.
points.
Hold on, the SMU beat Vanderbilt. I mean, did the SMU beat Georgia State? No. Like I'm just saying.
But Vanderbilt lost to Georgia State, and Vanderbilt lost to Georgia State.
But what does that have to do? What does that have to do with SMU?
I'm just saying, you saying
Alabama.
No.
SMU, who did SMU just play? Who did SMU just play? Who did SMU just play?
They lost that.
They lost to who?
Clemson.
Did Clemson lose to Georgia?
Yeah, we lost to Georgia.
Did Clemson lose to South Carolina?
Yeah, we lost to South Carolina. And
how many losses Clemson got?
We got 3. We were able to make it to the
Hold on. Stay in the frame of the questions. Stay in the frame of the questions.
Oh my God!
You lost 3 times, and two to whom? To what? SEC opponents, right?
Okay.
Those are 2 teams that Alabama beat, right?
What? South Carolina and who? Georgia.
And Georgia.
And y'all.
All right, hold on. Don't worry about the losses, because the losses are the losses.
Which one is the
losses are the losses.
Which one is the worst loss? If you want to get down
the losses
to the point,
are the losses.
which one is the worst loss?
But team,
the
losses are the losses. The losses, the Oklahoma. If Oklahoma played SMU and SMU beat Oklahoma, then I think SMU should be over header, because that means they beat the team that we couldn't beat successfully. That's
man, y'all just scored 3 points.
Right? That has nothing. But that has nothing to do with the fact that they just lost. They just lost. They lost to BYU.
If you want to look at the whole overall, and you want to talk about losses, and you want to get down to the point, dude, that's like the worst losses than anybody. If you want to look at it, you lost to Vanderbilt and you lost to Oklahoma.
That has nothing to do with what SMU. Right. When you look at SMU's record,
you're right,
versus Alabama,
you're right.
You look at wins and losses. Georgia beat your ass, and so did South Carolina. And yet,
and guess what?
Lost to Alabama.
Beat Oklahoma, and that kind of small Oklahoma.
But Oklahoma ain't played Clemson. Oklahoma ain't played South Carolina.
Oklahoma played. Yes, they did play South Carolina. They're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Well, but what's that got to do? South Carolina still lost to Alabama. That has nothing to do with SMU and Clemson. Those two, when you evaluate, you're not evaluating everything. You're evaluating. If I evaluate these 2 teams, and I say, all right, Clemson lost to this team. Clemson lost to that team.
You would evaluate Alabama and LSU.
But Clemson is the measurement. Why was LSU would be the measurement? What the fuck does LSU got to do with this conversation? That has nothing to do with the conversation. Clemson is the measurement. Clemson is the measurement.
What I think about the game,
we'll see in 55 minutes what happens.
What I thought about the game was Clemson got out to a fast start, and they even put them in a hole. You got to give SMU credit for recovering. Definitely was the second half was fireworks. Both teams was answering back after back. You got to get Clemson props, because they could have easily said, you know what, we about to go in overtime. SMU had all the momentum going and getting ready to go in overtime, and I really believe if they would have won in overtime, SMU would have won that game. So for Clemson to have that nice run back and think about, just get close as possible to the field goal range, you got to get them props. And big time for that kicker, bro. He just earned him some money to make a kick like that, the longest he ever did, add pressure in a pressure situation to nail it. So, but I agree with everybody else. I think SMU should get in, because then if they don't get in, you starting to say, okay, conference championship don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point of playing conference championship if that can hurt me, especially if I lose in a great battle? It ain't like, if they got the brakes beat off them, yeah, you don't deserve. But to lose like they won, and then you don't put them in the playoffs, you saying conference championship don't matter. Alabama, they ain't make their conference championship. So I don't think by them losing by 3 in the conference championship with 2 losses should hurt them from getting in the playoffs.
Listen, like I said, we're gonna see it at 12 o'clock. that is the conversation right there. We'll see it at 12. Win, lose, or draw, we'll see it at 12.
Yeah, because if you take them out, you saying conference championship don't matter. So why should I want to play a conference championship if I lose, it's gonna hurt my chances
Well,
of
the
getting in the
measurement
play.
would have been the measurement was them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The measurement was between SMU and Alabama. If SMU would have blown Clemson out, then it would have been no beat Clemson. It would have been no nothing because Clemson wouldn't make it. They'd been a 4-loss team. They didn't win it. They wouldn't been in there, right?
Yeah, but
So
we at the point now where it is. But I'm saying SMU showed they can beat anybody. One, and
how they didn't beat
probably
them? How
played.
did
They
you show
probably
you could beat anybody when you didn't beat them?
because I'm just saying they played a C game and came back the second half and then almost won the
What's
game.
that got to do with you playing the next game in the playoffs?
But
Like
I'm just
you
saying they
said, to
earned a
say they played a
2-loss
C
team.
game.
To
To
me,
say that somebody played a C game, every loss Bama played in this season.
yeah, but
A B
SMU got
game.
2
They're like, oh,
losses.
that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, but James, you're gonna be on that Pinewood today, buddy.
We'll see. I think that's your hope.
I think they get it.
that's
I think
what your
it's
hope.
gonna be SEC bias, dog. I think Georgia has, even though Bama has some tough losses, but they're gonna say, oh, they beat the SEC champ, right? Like Vandy was a solid team this year, so it ain't like it's a bad loss. But it's gonna be SEC bias, dog. You know that shit, man.
It ain't gonna happen, Ray. Not this year, bro.
They make it?
No, Alabama don't get in.
So I mean SMU get the last slot then.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what's gonna happen.
Wow. We're gonna see at 12. That's for sure.
We'll see at 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? All I know the measurement. If you do the measurements and you're looking at it, you're looking at all the teams, and I said the barometer is definitely going to be Clemson. Like, and that's going to be like whether they think they can get Clemson win or not, or that game even matters. That's the team. That's the team. Everybody when it comes to the sample size of these two teams. Like that's gonna be your.
But to me, if that's the case, if y'all gonna Penn State don't get in, if SMU ain't got a case to get in, Penn State should have a case to get in.
Well, shit, Penn State shouldn't. They should be looked at.
All right, but they're gonna get in. That's what I'm saying.
If you start looking at schedules and then you look at Indiana and you look at some of the other teams, like Penn State.
But that's the reason.
Penn State should be looked at differently to consider the fact that they let Oregon come from the Pac-12, win the conference. A lot of the big. I always thought the Big Ten was being judged. I thought the Big Ten was being judged with I'm not gonna say unfairly, but not unfairly in a negative way. I think they were giving a lot leeway considering the fact that they don't play nobody. They really don't have a lot of matches throughout the season. I don't think Oregon played Indiana. Oregon didn't play Penn State during the season. Ohio State only played Oregon and Indiana, and Penn State. They're the only team that actually played all three. Like to judge them is a little different because I would think if you put Penn State and Ohio State on the field again, I think it'd be the same type of game.
But that's the reason I think SMU gonna get in because they're gonna let Penn State in. Can't let one of them in and out.
I don't think, but Penn State wouldn't be the issue. I think Penn State is the third best team in the conference.
Shit, Indiana shouldn't be in. Fuck.
I think, and here's the thing. I think if you really look at your conference strength, that's got to be a part of the conversation. Like, well, how great is your conference? I didn't think ACC was going to go get one in anyway. I don't think ACC is that great of a conference in totality. I think you look at all the teams in the ACC, I don't think it's that great. Nah, I think, who you beating? Stanford? Like, do Notre Dame even play in that conference anymore? I don't know.
They played 6 teams this year.
Who they play this year? Georgia Tech? Who they play?
Yeah,
they lost to Georgia Tech.
They
beat Georgia Tech, right?
I think they beat Georgia Tech. Yeah, they beat Georgia Tech. They played Florida State.
Louisville.
I can't remember the other teams that they played.
Yeah, they played cupcakes.
They got the easy way out, though, because they can stay independent. And as long as they don't lose more than 2 games, I think they're going to automatically get in every year. That's why they ain't going to join no conference.
But they won't get that bye.
They
won't get the top 4. Never.
Yeah, but sometimes you might not. That bye might be a problem because you come off that bye and you ain't playing and you come off that bye sleeping, then you won't get bounced in the first round anyway.
Hey, you crazy? Any team want to buy, dog?
Yeah, you might want that bye, but this the thing though. And sometimes you might not want that ball because if you come out sleepwalking and that team done played the game already and they still playing, they probably gonna knock you out.
As
Don,
any
you
team.
sound retarded making that statement. like,
You
you get the bye,
dog.
you get the bye, you get to play at home. Like,
yeah,
come on,
but
man.
you might get that bye.
Crazy,
But
man.
okay, I'm just saying.
You get a bye, you get to play at home.
Come on, what you telling me? So what you telling me? Every team who getting the bye gonna win the next week.
I didn't say they're gonna win, but win losses.
That's what I'm saying. I agree.
But what does that got to do? What does winning got to do with the fact that you would love to have that bye?
You would, but I feel like if you already playing and you already like a team like Oregon, they hot. They hot. They playing well. They ain't really got too many injuries, anything. They get that bye. They come out and play somebody who just won a game, home, and they got to go to them, and they come out and sleepwalk and they put it to them. Now it's like, damn, we don't know. We should have had that bye now.
No, but that means you just wasn't prepared. That's a part of the playoffs.
Bro, listen, we'll see.
Man, you sound crazy.
No, man, you couldn't be ready.
Moving on.
No, agree.
Moving on, Ray. Give me a round of applause for this right here. Did you hit the button?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a round of applause for Jackson State for winning this SWAC. You know what I mean? Shout out to an undefeated season. That should tell you that, you don't need Deion Sanders to win the SWAC. Shout out for them doing TC Taylor. You know what I mean? They beat the brakes out of Southern University, by the way. And shout out for them and good luck in the Celebration Bowl. I think it's next week. Hopefully he can do something that Deion couldn't do, which is win the Celebration Bowl. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to their team just for going out there and doing what they did and winning it all. I have nothing but respect for that. I still think we should have beat them. We had them in Montgomery. Coach Rob, Jesus. But shout out to him for getting that done, winning the SWAC. That's a tough task, going undefeated, not losing any teams. That's tough.
They lost one. They lost us.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Jackson State was undefeated, bro.
Yeah, but it's 10-2, though. They lost to us.
No, Jackson State was undefeated in SWAC.
No, I'm telling you, bro. They lost us this year. They ran.
Let me look it up.
It was a night game.
It
was a night game.
I don't think so, bro.
I'm telling you, dog. I gave my cousins some buku shit about it, and they all went to Jackson State.
I don't know. Let me look at their record. Let me look at their record up. Because I think they went undefeated, bro. I don't think they lost, y'all.
But we beat their ass. We beat the shit out of them. I'm telling you, dog. We beat them 41-20. They ain't great.
We're gonna look it up right now, man.
You want to see? Show the screen.
I don't need to show the screen.
Look at the American. America, you see
the
ass whooping we gave them September 21st. Ass whooping. Belt to ass, like your mama used to do you when you was growing up.
I don't know that right there. Come on, they whip us, but we win the timeout.
In the hole, 41-20.
I don't think they must count that game. I'm looking at their West name. It doesn't say the standing say you won a game. They're 8-0 in the conference, bro. I'm trying to tell you, they're 8-0 in the conference.
You see this?
What are you talking about? I'm looking at it right now. Jackson State was 8-0 in the conference. They didn't count that game as a conference game.
I don't care what it's a SWAC game.
I'm just telling you, you were 2-6 in the conference. You only played 8 conference games. You were 2-6.
However they count that bitch, we beat that.
I really don't know what you're talking about because they don't count that. I'm just telling you the truth.
But what they count, we know we beat that ass in ground.
Hey, you ain't gotta get sassy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you what happened. Like, you ain't gotta get all that. You know what I mean? Shout out to my cousins out in Mississippi. They was all. They didn't count as a conference game. Maybe was that your homecoming? Was that not your homecoming?
No, I wasn't homecoming.
Yeah, they didn't count it. They didn't count it as a conference game. I don't know why they do that. That's the one thing about the SWAC I don't understand. Is how they be having conference games, but they don't count them.
Yeah, that shit.
Like, it don't make sense. Like, we beat them last year at their homecoming, and they didn't count it. I was like, why they don't count it? Like it didn't really make sense. Like, it was their homecoming. Who cares? I don't care. Don't schedule us. So yeah, but congratulations, man. All right, let's get to some Heisman discussion. Key, man, give me your thoughts, man. Who gonna win the Heisman next week?
I think they're gonna give it to Travis Hunter. I know because the fact no one had them winning that many games this year. Uh, we never saw a player did what he did ever playing that many snaps on both sides of the ball. We just saw people dibber and dabber, but no one ever being like they're near number one receiver option and the number one quarterback. I mean, say number one D back option, and they need everything from him to win the games they did. He was pretty much down near the best player on the field every time they played. So I know the running back from Boise State was he was balling, but you know how they do with running backs, bro. I'm probably saying the last running back probably won the Heisman was what, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Travis Hunter pulled it out.
Donovan, you gonna go or you
Yeah,
good?
I agree with Keith. I know Gentry had a great season at Boise State. He put up big time numbers. Against UNLV, he had a great game, put up a lot of yards. I think he had like 2 touchdowns. I think it's gonna be closer than what people think. I mean, because this guy, like, he one of those guys that he carried his team as well. Who on Boise State. Yeah, they had pretty good defense, but he really put them on the map. I think his first game he had like 6 touchdowns out the block. So, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be close. But I think Travis Hunter, what he has done the past 2 years at Colorado State, like you said, being the number one option at receiver, one of the best DBs in the nation, probably the best DB in the nation, and to play the snap that he's played, that's unthinkable for college kids right now. Because most kids, they don't want to do that. They just want to play on one side of the ball and they get it. So I just think what he's done, I don't think it'll ever be done again. It may, but not to this extent. And I just think that he deserved it. I mean, both of them to me deserve it, but I think Travis Hunter is gonna get it.
Man, that damn running back coming in third, boy, you crazy. It's gonna be Travis Hunter, like you said, y'all say all great points. But I think Cam Ward gonna be second. You can't have a quarterback that leads the NCAA in touchdown. I mean, second in touchdown, first in yards, QBR is up there, team wins is there. But I think what Travis Hunter was doing, both sides of the ball, I think he led the Big 12 in catches. I think he's top 2 or 3 in yards. I think he had 3 or 4 interceptions. So I just think, just his whole body of work, I think he wins it. But I think Cam Ward comes in second. I think Gentry coming third.
I think Travis Hunter wins it, but I do think Gentry comes in second. And I think it's been a late push. And I think it's been a late push with Gentry. I think people are really trying to establish that what he's done out there. He's had an incredible season. I don't like the knock that's coming on him, like, because I've been noticing people trying to establish the fact that, we see 2,000-yard runners. Well, if you actually look at his stats, he's done it with less games. And I think people are not saying that part. They're saying, he's been 2,000. No, he's done it with less games. I think he's done it with 12 games, 11 or 12 games. I think everybody else was around like 13, 14. So I think the only player who had rushed over 2,000 yards with less game was Barry Sanders. And I think that's what his the pace he was on at one point was to match Barry Sanders' record. I think he did it with just the entire, I think, a season, but I think he did it like 12 games or something like that. So this notion that he's just a talented running back and that's pretty much it. He's actually the hardest over that team. And he's done what he has to do. His team's now in the playoff. You have to think about that part. That his team's in the playoff too. They won their conference. His team's in the playoff. They're gonna have a playoff game. And I find that to be sometimes we're missing out on that as well. Team success should mean more. I mean, we're sitting there talking about Travis Hunter's team success. We're not talking about this kid's team success. I do think Travis Hunter's going to win, but I think the knock on Gentry has been kind of tough because the kid's been absolutely amazing. And he's done it, like I said, with less games. And probably I watched him play. The quarterback, I don't think he's the greatest passer. So you walk in that game knowing that you got to stop Gentry. And I also feel like we're not establishing the fact that probably, arguably, Travis Hunter played with the best quarterback in college football. So that should be something. Your quarterback just won the Johnny Unitas Award. I mean, so therefore, you're also on the field with a player that could win that could go for the first in the draft. So why we don't talk about that part when we talk about Travis Hunter? That
Well,
he has.
You got to take. It takes a good quarterback to make a good receiver, right?
But
I think
still, you're playing with a top tier player. Why they don't talk about that? I mean, name what if you look at Boise State and you look at their team. Can you name the second best player on their team? Can you name another pro player, another pro talent on their team?
Shit, nobody watches them, so nobody gonna know.
But still, though, let's say you do watch them. Can you name one?
Nah,
we know we watch. What's the name? Even with the fanfare and the Twitter and all that other stuff, about Shedeur because of the fact that his name. And also the fact that he's put up those stats. So I'm just saying.
I think with Gentry, bro, and the playoff run is going to tell me how great he is. Because, of course, nothing taken away for 2,000 plus yards. That shit is phenomenal. But the level of competition in the Mountain West is not the SEC. It's not the Power 5. So, for me, I need to see it in the playoffs to really tell me how dominant this kid is. It doesn't take.
But he put 200 yards against Oregon.
So we never think about Oregon as a great physical team. But Oregon is undefeated. They have a good defense. But nobody really watched the Mountain West like that for me to say he's, elite like that. But 2,000 yards, 2,000. I'm not going to take away from the kid. But for him to really put that stamp, he got to do it in the playoffs for me.
Right. Let me ask you this question: What you thought of Marshall Faulk?
He was elite. I didn't say the kid is elite.
So, hold on. So what did you thought? So you said Marshall Faulk was elite, right? And they basically played in the same. So hold on. So they basically played in the same division, right? So if you thought Marshall Faulk was elite, why did this kid got to play in the playoff to get that stamp?
I didn't say he wasn't elite. I'm just saying for him to prove it against better competition, better defense, for people to really give him his recognition. Nobody's watching State.
But outside of that, but nobody watched nobody watched San Diego State like that until and Marshall Faulk was the guy. So he basically the same thing as Marshall Faulk. So why do we have to go through that point against
don't even go there.
Like JD just said,
Most of folk catching, most of folk running punts, like most folk did it all.
But like JD just said, this man is the mainstay of his team. Without this dude,
he wasn't.
Don't keep the game.
I'm not taking away from him. 2,000 plus yards is 2,000 plus yards. But I want to see it against top-notch Power 5 defenses for people to really give him his, and that's what it's going to take people to give
it. But here's the problem with what you're saying, bro. Because you're not watching, you didn't watch the game, doesn't mean he didn't play against them. Right? So it's just sort of like, it's kind of like what you're doing is basically you didn't take the effort to watch this game. And you're like, well, he has to go against Pop. But no, you just didn't watch the game. Like, you got to go watch the game against Oregon and to see really honestly that's because that's the parameter. That's what you got to utilize. That's the sample size, Oregon. And if he looked like a dominant player against Oregon, then how can you not say he's a dominant player? That's what I'm not understanding. Right? Like, I think that's what you're doing is trying to separate the two, and it's not a separation. Like, he did dominate against Oregon. They may not have a lot of great teams in the Mountain West, but you had a sample size in the Oregon game. So you gotta look at it.
We can find out this week.
I mean, I think the playoffs start next week, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I think they start next week. So, but yeah, listen. And then we're gonna find out real soon. All right, man. Let's get to it. Let's keep going. Let's talk a little bit. We got more to talk about. Let's talk about Bill Belichick going to the if there's a possibility that Bill Belichick may take the job at University of North Carolina. Like, Key, man, give me your thoughts on, you've been a quiet person right now. Give me your thoughts about Bill Belichick in college football. Do you think he's going to be successful? He's going to be out of there? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know if he's gonna take that job because, like, I know he want to coach again, but how do that help your legacy? To me, I think he chasing. He probably need like 6 or 7 wins to be the all-time leading winner in NFL as a head coach. Um, Going down to coach college kids, I don't know what that do for his legacy of being a coach, especially when you'd have been, you'd have won what 6 Super Bowl at the highest level of football. So I know he probably just itching to get back in. I don't understand the narrative. He's not a good coach anyway. Yeah, him and Tom Brady won together. So it's just crazy how the media now dictate on who a good coach and who not. People just don't go on. Okay, this guy was great for some years. Yeah, by the time he's not a good GM, but as a coach, he's a good coach. Yeah, if you want to hire him, don't have him getting your personnel, drafting players. Um, but I don't know if I'm gonna see him taking that job. I think he just probably doing that to get his name back in the media, saying that he want to coach. But I guess sooner someone want to hire him as a NFL coach starting next season, I think he'll take that job than being a college coach.
Man,
Ray, your thoughts, man?
why is UNC wasting their time, bro? You just let go of what Mac Brown, damn near about the same age as Belichick. Man, Vonnie need to make a call on there, bro. See what the boys doing. D Spring, tell them UNC they tripping. Yeah, I don't get it at all, bro. Why it doesn't even make any sense. Like, it don't even make sense for Belichick, bro. Like, why? Just wait time. Somebody always gonna come call in the NFL. Like, why are we even entertain that, man? If I'm UNC, I wouldn't have never made that call at all.
I mean, I guess, like you said, I agree with both of y'all. I don't think it's good for him because, like you say, like he just said, he just need a couple of games to be the winningest coach in NFL history. But I don't think from a collegiate standpoint, I don't think the kids will be ready for somebody like him because he's real bland. I think he's going to coach them hard, and you can look at the today's college players like you coach them hard. Well, I'm transferring. I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Coach doing this, doing that. And I just think that's going to be the hard thing. And I don't think he want to deal with that NIL stuff. You bring a kid in freshman year, he out his sophomore year. You don't know who your team is until August. And the discipline part of it. So I think North Carolina will be all in, and I think they'll put more money for NIL deals. I just don't think that he would want to deal with that. Now, if they hire a GM or whatever you want to call him, like Stanford did with oh boy, and that's your only job, then it might could work, I think, for him. But I just don't think he would want to deal with it. So I just think, he just need to find an NFL job. There's going to be a lot of job openings, when the season starts. Chicago is one. Jacksonville probably another one. Who knows what's going to happen down in Tennessee? So I think he should just wait it out and take one of those jobs if when they come open.
Yeah,
But you're gonna have the New Orleans job will be open. It just
I mean,
yeah, I just don't see college. What's the point of him going to coach
nobody
college?
Nobody want to be part of that cesspool. Anyway, I think I don't know what's going on, Bill. Bill got a 24-year-old girlfriend. Bill going through a midlife crisis. I don't know what's going on with Bill, man. Like, if he does take that job, I would be interested, like, just to see what the turnout will be. It has to be more to the story that he'll taking that job. I think it has to be some shit where he's setting up something for his family, maybe trying to get his sons a head coaching job somewhere. I think he has to be a coach in waiting. That's what I read. Maybe that's just kind of type of setup, but yeah, I don't. Bill everywhere, bro. Bill on TV. Bill, I don't know what Bill wants to do. I think nobody in this world knows what Bill Belichick wants to do in the future, except Bill Belichick. And if it's UNC, I think it'd be interesting though. I mean, for him to be at the college level, knowing that you're taking over a college program that in the situation of where college is right now, the way the business ran, is the reason why one of your really good friends retired. Like, he retired because he didn't want to deal with the shenanigans of college football. Like, Nick Saban retired. He was like, "Yo, I'm too old. I'm out of here." And I think they're about the same age. So like, why would you want to deal with that either? But listen, Bill got the 20. Maybe he wanted to take his 24, 25-year-old girlfriend out there, and you in Charlotte or wherever. Where is UNC? Where she's in? Where is it? Is it Durham? Is it
Chapel Hill, yeah.
Chapel Hill. Yeah. You want to take his young girlfriend up there? Maybe he's looking for some new ones. I don't know. But man, it would be interesting. It would be 1,000% interesting to see Bill Belichick in college football. I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. Maybe he's done with the program. Maybe he's tired of dealing with owners. I don't know. But I'm not against it though. It would be so interesting to see Bill Belichick if he's in college football. That would be hilarious, bro. All right. Let's get into NFL discussion. NFL is king. NFL football. Let's talk about the Packers and the Lions. Do a little quick recap of what we saw Thursday. Ray, start us off real quick. Give me your thoughts on what you saw within that game and seeing how the Lions put it out at the end.
Oh man, the Lions got it all clicking this year, man. Like, they got everything: running game, passing game. Garrett Goff is playing well. Dan Campbell just gutsy, man. Like, those fourth down calls is really that changed the game. Green Bay started a little slow from a passing game standpoint, but man, Detroit is definitely hitting on all cylinders. They're gonna be a tough out in the playoffs. So great Thursday night game. A lot of times these Thursday night games be a little snoozer, but it was a good one for must-see TV. It's gonna be a great division. Minnesota playing well, Green Bay playing well, Detroit rolling. That division is definitely tough this year. But yeah, Dan Campbell, bro, he got some cool windows on him, bro. Roll the dice, definitely.
Yeah, I think it was a great game. I think both teams match up well with each other. I think Detroit got it going well, but I just think sooner or later it ain't gonna go their way. Because I think that defense is giving up more points now with Hutchinson being out, and they getting a lot of injuries. Injuries hurting them right now with defense. Yeah, you replace some guys, and they coming in and playing well right now. But how many more injuries you can take before you just lose the game, or it just don't go your way that day? I think Jordan Love need to clean up a lot of stuff on the passing game. He's still throwing his back foot, throwing some bull dive passes, which causing him some problems on their offense. But for the most part, I think they're gonna get 3 teams out of that division. But yeah, Dan Campbell's doing a great job. Like, he's doing a great job keeping everything in the road with them. I just think that sooner or later, with them losing a lot of players on defense, it's going to catch up with them.
It's a great game. Love to see, Detroit, winning, man. They did it the right way all these years. That just shows you they've been hitting on, they draft picks and getting the right free agent. They got a hell of a leader and coach. Don't too many coaches go for that situation. You know what I'm saying? That right there, probably 9 times out of 10, coach kicking that field goal. For him to be like, I'm trying to end it with my offense, because like Donovan said, the defense will give us some stuff. He ain't like, I'm not giving the ball back to Love. For him to give him an opportunity to go back down and kick a field goal. So it just showed that they're a well-run organization now after being probably the worst team in the league from years, and just capitalizing on their draft picks. I would love to see them win a Super Bowl. A team never won a Super Bowl, and they got everything on offense: running game, passing game. Golf got confidence right now. They show you they can win any type of way. They can win in a shootout. They can win in a low-scoring game. So they can play in any type of weather. So, man, shout out to Detroit, man, and I think old boy should be coach of the year. But yeah, man, definitely. Green Bay got a nice team also. So in that division, tough, like you said, they probably gonna get 3 teams out that division. So I think Detroit can win a couple of more games. They can probably shut it down and get the number 1. Other than Philly, I think Philly on their heels, but they keep winning to a point where they can get that number 1 seed and probably rest and get healthy.
Yeah, I agree with it. I'm interested in. First of all, Detroit's a great story, and to back up to kind of build on what you just said, Keith, they haven't. Not only have they not been, not only if they can win a Super Bowl, they have never even been to a Super Bowl. If I'm not mistaken, the Lions never even been past. I don't know. I think they may have been to NFC Championship game, but I don't think they've been past to an NFC Championship game before. So I think it would be very, very, very dope to see them get to that next level, get down to it. I think the whole city, Detroit, would be in New Orleans, and that would be crazy to see. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I really thoroughly enjoy that. But it was a great game overall. Both teams played well. I'm gonna give a shout out to Aaron Glenn and that defense because they're putting that defense together piece by piece. Like they have so many injuries, like so many players on IR right now, and what they're doing is shifting that defense to focus more on the secondary and less on the up front because of the fact they have so many injuries in the front seven. So shout out to them. Shout out to Aaron Glenn for being a DC that can make adjustments on the fly. The offense wasn't that great in this game against Green Bay. I think the offense played well enough, but they still had some. They left a lot of points out there on the field. But man, Dan Campbell's that boy a dog, boy. The fact that he went for that 4th and 1, not knowing that Jared Goff would fall down. He fell down hitting that ball off. Like literally, he had the ball off and he tripped on his own feet because nobody stepped on it. He tripped on his own feet and fell over and handed the ball off to Montgomery, and that could have been disastrous. Because if he didn't get the ball to him or he fumbled, man, that could have been disastrous. That could have been awful. So, but that boy dog, man, you gotta give it up to that. That's the overall. It's been a very good division. Outside Chicago, they're the best division in football this year for sure. And man, it's been good seeing them play. It's been good to see those teams compete against each other.
They in Detroit. What up, though?
Yeah, they're gonna hit you with that what up though all day too. All right, so right now that we've seen what the Lions are doing and the Eagles, and the Eagles are playing well. Ray, right now, who's the best team between the two? Who you guys the best team in the NFC? The Lions or the Eagles?
I'm gonna give the Eagles a slight edge because of their defense is playing a lot better than Detroit, but that would be the only reason why.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles too, Ray. I just think, with Saquon insurgent into that offense and what he has done, and Jalen starting to play a lot better, than he was in the beginning of the year. I just think the defense and Saquon has made a big difference in Philly. And I just think, I give him a small edge because of the defense.
Me, both teams are equal balance, but me, if I had to choose, I'm gonna give Detroit a slight edge because of coaching. I think they got the better. I would think they got the better head coaching. So that's the reason. And to go today, they will be playing in Detroit than in Philly. So, but the reason I'm gonna go ahead because of coaching, I'm gonna have to
So
go with them.
you think playing in a dome would give you an advantage?
But Detroit, being home, the home field advantage. We already talk about the crowd, how the fan base is already. So, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a bye, have an extra week to prepare. And I just like their coaching. I just like their coaching staff. So that's the reason the slight edge will go to Detroit.
Well, if they play each other, they probably wouldn't play each other until like the NFC Championship game because they'll be 1 and 2 seeds. So we wouldn't see each other till late, well, like way into the NFC Championship game. So it wouldn't be any buys at that point. The buy will come after.
But I'm just saying they'll have a time to just rest and just get. But I like the home team. When you choosing two teams that's equally matched, and like I said, it's splitting hairs. But I'll just go with the head coach of Detroit over the dude from Philly.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that one. I think both of them, man. You're right, bro. Like, man, who would you? I mean, both running games are lethal. Both quarterbacks play well off the play action. I do like Detroit. I like Philly's receiving core as an entirety with Smitty and Brown. but I like Detroit's explosiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the way that they can spread the ball around. They're two very explosive teams. I would man, the match would be crazy. I mean, Philly secondary against Detroit's receiving core. Man, the tight ends. This would be elite against elite. This would be one of the better games you would see as far as the NFC Championship game. It would be incredible with those two teams to have that. You got Barkley, you got Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, I just think that one thing will become an issue is will those injuries catch up with Detroit?
Yeah.
Right? It's got to eventually. But man, these are good teams. I think the only thing I can give, and I think Keon said it right, was the home field advantage. That may become an issue. But it will be a real good game to see. I hope it happens. I would love to see that game. All right, man. So let's get to what happened over Pat last weekend. I think it's Ali. I think his name is Azeez Al-Shaair. I think it's Al-Shaair. Al-Shaair. I think I said that right. Al-Shaair or Al-Shaair?
You're right, out here.
Al-Shaair was suspended 3 games for a late hit against Trevor Lawrence. Knocked him out the game. Gave him a concussion. Trevor Lawrence is out for the season, but not particularly because of that hit, because he hurt his shoulder. Ray, start us off again. Was 3 games enough? Was that fair or foul that the NFL suspended this player for the Texans 3 games, knowing that this has happened throughout the league? Right? Was that fair for him to get a 3-game suspension?
I think it was foul. I didn't think it. I mean, it was excessive. I mean, anytime you hit the quarterback, in the head area, I think Trevor kind of led a little late. It was a bang play, but I think it was excessive 3 games. I think I would have gave him 1 hefty fine and kept it moving. But I think too the after effects kind of made it blown out more than what it was, a little pushing and shoving. But I did think it was foul for 3 games. I would have given 1.5 fine.
Doctor?
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray. I think 1 game should have been enough. I mean, it's so crazy that the quarterback slide. You see the guy coming, and then you slide when you want to slide, and then when the dude hits you, it's a big promotion. I think, me personally, Trevor slid a little bit late. The dude was already coming, and then you just slide right in front of him. You acting a man who's coming full speed, and then you slide in front of him to how he's going to adjust. Like, that's a hard adjustment. And then, a lot of these quarterbacks don't fake. Like, they're going to slide and they keep going. You don't know when they're going to go down. So I just think, me personally, like Ray said, one game, but the theatrics after it, I think that what made it worse. Because if you really look at the hit and slow it down, he hit him in the shoulder chest area. But then I think at the end, the impact was what, caused everything else, after that. But I'm just like, sometimes these quarterbacks got to get down, bro. Like, what you expect these guys to do? You're asking the defense to do a whole lot when it comes to these quarterbacks, and it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
Keon out. So all right, so I don't know if it's foul, man. He has a history. That's the thing that's problematic for him. Maybe if it was a player that didn't have the history he has, where kind of late hits, being a little bit out of I don't want to say out of line, but just being a little bit aggressive. It's an aggressive game, but sometimes I do think he takes a little too far. But I would suspend him for 3 games. I'd have gave him like a game paycheck one year. I mean, excuse me, 1 year, 1 game, and I would have been maybe 2, just for him to understand, hey, you need to do a better job. But I think in the offseason, the NFL got to really consider removing the sliding from the game. I personally feel like that's an issue. I think it's time for the NFL to start really considering, hey, should we remove sliding from the game? Because what I've watched, because the way the quarterbacks have been utilizing this slide, where they're fake like they're sliding, and then keep running, which Patrick Mahomes does all the time. it's problematic. So I think at this point you're getting to a point where you're like, okay, what are we doing here? And so I think it's time for them to start really considering, should we remove sliding, that style of sliding out of football? Maybe you go face first, head first. But I think at this point, or just get down. But I think at this point, the whole sliding thing, because like I said, these guys have been utilizing. I think that's what got his head knocked off was was players getting tired of them faking like they're going to slide and then run and then get a first down. They're like, well, in college, that's a rule. You can't commit to it. You have to either commit and slide, or you get a penalty. You can't just fake it like you're going to slide. You got to commit to it. So yeah, I think that may be a situation where you're starting to start thinking about that, right? Like, should we remove this out of the game so that these players won't knock these quarterbacks' heads off or get these penalties or get suspended for them basically doing what they're doing, which is utilizing the rule books to its all full degree and getting away with things that they shouldn't get away with. So yeah, but he does have a history. He's kind of been, known for maybe going beyond the whistle in a lot of different ways. And I think they're just using him as an example. And it's very unfortunate because the hit, like Jonathan said, it was a hard hit, but I don't know if it was as egregious as a lot of people thought when you really start breaking it down. It's kind of like, I think he kind of came with his shoulder. I think it's where he hit him at, which made it kind of tough. So it's unfortunate that happened. And, I hate this guy that lost 3 game checks because of it. But yeah, the NFL got to figure out, like, they got to really figure out this thing out. Like, hey, should we really be having these guys, in this situation, or should we eventually, pull the slide, like that style of sliding, out of the game, to force the quarterbacks to, you're going to give yourself up. If not, prepare to get your head knocked off or run out of bounds. So that's unfortunate, man. But hey, good luck. All right, man, this is the best time of the day. It's what we do right here. I think we've been really tallying these up. I'm pretty sure I'm in a great lead. Because I think we didn't do it. We recorded a week ago, but they recorded 2 weeks ago. And I think I only missed 1 game. I know Keon and Ray, y'all have not been good. So if you've been using our picks for gambling, please don't listen to Raymond or Keon, because they have not been good. They have been absolutely awful. So let's get into it. Ray, go ahead and hit the button.
Go.
You know the routine. I think Key dropped off, but it's just me, you, and Donovan over here, and D. So Ray, you start off. Donovan, you go next, and then I finish it up. So we start off with Atlanta against Minnesota. Who you got?
The Kirk Cousins game, going back to Minnesota. I got the Minnesota Vikings winning.
Minnesota for me.
Kirk Cousins, bro. I was, man. It was a early. It was a good love. It was a love. I loved you early, bro. But right now, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know the defense is playing okay, a little bit better, but bro, the offense is looking awful. Kurt, man, I don't know, man. I'm about to go with Minnesota on this one. I'm about to go with
whole team.
I can't go with him, dog. I can't go with him. I can't. You know what, Kurt? I think you're gonna put it out for us this game and get us back on. I got the Falcons win this game in a low scoring game. I think Koo's gonna have a better output kicking the ball. So I got him. I got them. Next up, Seattle versus Arizona. Who you got, Ray?
Oh, I got Seattle.
I'm going with Arizona at home.
Yeah, I got Seattle. I like the way they're playing right now. On the road. I'm not there. I like the way they're playing. All right, so we got Buffalo versus the Los Angeles Rams. Who you got, Ray?
I got the Bills on the road. Tough win.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills too.
I think today the Buffalo Bills come back down to earth. I got the Rams win that home in a close battle. All right, next up, LA Chargers versus Kansas City. Battle in the division. Who you got?
I got in John Harbaugh, we trust.
Oh, she like the upset?
I like Harbaugh. Their defense playing well. And Harbaugh, man, he just find ways to win in the NFL, dog. And you know, plus it's not like Kansas City playing well on elite offensively, but I got the Chargers win on the road.
Okay. Who you got, Jonathan?
Give me them Chiefs.
Got Patty, huh?
Going with Patty all the way.
Key, man, I see you jumped on. Who you got for this game?
I'm gonna go with the Chargers, bro. I think the Chiefs is due for one. They've been skating by the thin of their teeth, bro. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think I looked at the Chargers record, impressive enough, but they haven't beaten a team that really is a over 500. So I'm interested to see if they finally have to play a team like this team to see can they get it done. So I like the I definitely like the Chiefs in this game. Yep, I like the Chiefs in this game. I think they're gonna take it away. Plus, they owe the charge. They own them anyway. All right, let's get to some NBA. Key, start us off, man. You know the Lakers are still stinking. So, what should the Lakers do with LeBron, bro, moving forward this season?
Well, what you can do this forward is probably, picking games here and there where he can, take games off. He played the whole summer. Too late now. We're in the season, so that's the only thing you can do is move forward. Find games here and there. He not playing back to backs. It's a long season. At this point, man, we just not a good defensive team. That's one thing Darvin Ham had them playing defense. The offense was, but now they're a bad defensive team right now. And at some point, bro, we still can't be asking LeBron to be your best player in your what, 22, 21, whatever year he in. Some games Anthony Davis give you his numbers. Some games he don't understand that. But and then again, your role players, brother, took the Austin Reeves, not the same player. Hachimura, not the same player. So the Lakers probably gotta look for a trade, bruh. To start to look to rebuild, man. Like get rid of some of these your Austin Reeves, some of your bench role players, even starting to look for Anthony Davis, bro. At this point, man, this this duo have been together for about 6 years now, and one ring in COVID year, and every other year after that they've been in the play-in. And see, they on the verge this year, probably not even being on the play-in. That's how good the West is. Because right now you got Minnesota ain't started hitting. They strive at Denver. All these other teams right now, that's a ninth and 10th seed, 8th seed. So yeah, it's time for the Lakers, brother. Just like Boston did that year when they had KG, Paul Pierce, this and that. Time to just get off access, bro, and get a lot of draft picks, bro, and just trying to start this thing over.
So I know. Okay, Ray, what's your thoughts, man?
Blow it all up. I think they're bad defensively. They need another big. They should make a trade for that. But I think too, what's really killing them, they get nothing off the bench. Gabe Vincent has been a disaster. Neither good for him. Like you said, Reeves, Rui, they're just not aggressive enough. They take several steps back. And Brian gonna be what Brian gonna be. AD gonna be what he's gonna be. But I just think now they need a little bit more depth that can give AD and Brian some rest, because right now they got to do it all. They scored damn near 80 against the Atlanta Falcons and still lost. So to me, you just need a big
Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, like it's bad in Land, but I still think they make the playoffs. But yeah, they're not a championship team. We all know that, but they can make a few pieces, but they can't make Rui and Austin untouchable. Like at this point, bro, everybody's gonna be dealt for real, except for him and Brian, AD, and Connect. I think you build around those 2-3.
Shit, at this point, AD is all and Bron is all. You're not winning the championship. as the Lakers fan base and organization, it's about winning championships. So you're
But you
not
know,
winning one with them. So everybody's up for the right draft picks, right pieces to start over.
yeah, I get it, but you know they're not
I
gonna
just think you
happen.
let them finish it out. I think you let them finish it out. I mean, you let them finish it out, but you just make some draft, like trade some people, like you said, Austin Reed, D'Lo, some of those people to get some help on your bench at the trade deadline, and just let them just go. And after this season, Brian done anyway. So well, that's what we hope. So I just like, just make some trades and get some people in there who play that are defensive players. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else who can help them score, and then keep it moving. Just finish it out. I mean, you too far. You too far into it now. You're too far into it.
Let me ask you a question, Don. Why do y'all think that Joe's just gonna make these trades and people just gonna be like, yeah, let me trade for who cares about Wu and them? Nobody like y'all act like these dudes are just like they're just pieces that are that I don't know. It blows my mind how Laker fans think y'all just gonna make these trades. Like, who you gonna trade with?
Hey, somebody
Like,
give up something. Yeah.
give up what?
They, I mean,
Like, do you think teams just give up their best players?
they might be good role players. They might be good role players for somebody else. After
Who?
being starters with the Lakers.
If they ain't good role players, the
You can
Lakers,
get
how
Russ back.
they gonna be
You can
good
get
role
off.
players somewhere else?
Well, you can get off Russ, bro. You can get off anybody. But I think
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can get off them, but like James saying, you ain't getting no return back.
Like,
Your
what?
back assets is AD, Bron. You're not getting anything back for
Well,
Rudy. What's the white kid name again? Austin Reed. What do you think you're
just
getting
blow it
back
up.
for them?
But then trade Braun and
That's
AD.
what I was saying. You got this point. Everybody's up for trade because as a Laker organization, this duo hadn't lived up to the hype, bro. Over 6 years, they haven't, and we can't keep saying every year, "Oh, let's bring a new coach in. Oh, let's bring new role players in." Same. So at some point, you got to be like, you know what? Let's just blow the whole thing up because we did the new coaches. Every year you get role players. Oh man, these role players fit nice, and then when the season comes, they not no good now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with JD. You ain't nobody just gonna give you free players just to give it to you.
Nah, like it literally like you'll read. I mean, you read comments, you hear people's statements, and it's like, yeah, we should trade for Brandon Ingram. Like, man, like of course you should. But what players do you think New Orleans? I mean, no, the New Orleans Pelicans. What do you think they want? Do you think New Orleans Pelicans want Austin Reeves? No, like they don't want. They already got wings. They already got wing players. They already got guards. What do you have on the Lakers team that people will want?
I think there's
AD.
two more contracts too, though, right? I think both
Man,
of those
come
still.
on, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
they got people friendly contracts. D'Lo is on a 1-year expired contract, and you can get back a bigger contract, which Lakers may not want to bring in that much salary, but that's the reason why they're trade. Like teams will want to cut salary versus getting like a bigger salary that they may have on their books. It's possible.
it's not that it's impossible, but if you're a team in the West, why would you want that? unless you're going to say I'm blowing it up, like you know what I mean? Like they're saying they're blowing it. Why would if I'm in the West, why would I want that? Unless I'm telling the world I'm blowing this roster up, why would I want that? I don't. Why would you want that? Like I would. Even LeBron's 40. He may retire at the end of the season. Why would I want LeBron?
Yeah.
Why would I want him? I mean, he's a 40-year-old player. Unless I'm going to playoff run for a championship right now, and he's the missing piece, and I don't think he is because he's 40 years old. Why would I want him on my roster? Like, why would
AD
I
is
want
your
that?
best piece. AD is your best piece to trade.
The AD is exactly what it is, bro. AD, you have to trade AD, and then if you trade AD to a contender, you're not gonna get their best players. Like, you're not gonna get the best players if you trade AD to a contender. They're gonna give you the pieces that they need to get rid of so they can be a championship contender. So you would
You
have
got to
to
get.
sit him. You would have to sit him somewhere like OKC, who has a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, you got to get a lot of draft picks. That's you
Yeah,
the
like you get,
Lakers.
like he's not gonna
Yeah, you
get
got to get
players.
not veterans players, draft picks.
You gotta get draft picks. So I don't. That's why I don't understand what the Lakers are doing. I don't. I don't get it because you're not gonna bring another dude in here to say, "Oh yeah, let's bring up some more guards in here. So let's change the roster over again." They've done it the last 4 years.
See, and that's what Boston did to get Tatum and Brown and all these cats. They just got all these draft picks for their players. They ain't go out like, yo, I'm trading you Paul Pierce or KG, give me another star back. No, give me 4 or 5 draft picks. You know, they might be protected doing this, but same thing with OKC with KD and Russ and James Harden. They loaded up on draft picks. That's why they in the situation today where they good now.
Yeah, man, it got to a point where it's time for the Lakers just to make the decision to move forward. I think the Clippers are realizing that they're trying to cut salary and go more on the draft picks because they know that they're not going to continue that having these superstar players. They want to continue paying them like that. That's not playing. So yeah, man, I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. Any more thoughts on the Lakers? Go ahead.
But you know, the Lakers are an impatient organization, right? I know their fan base won championships. That's why I don't see them tearing it all down to build it like Boston did to get Brown and Tatum. I just think the Lakers organization is just too impatient.
They better become patient because I don't see how it's working for them at all. But we'll see how it moves in the future. All right, man. Let's get to your hometown team with the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, can I say one thing, JD?
Go ahead. Let's go ahead.
He talking about the Lakers ain't patient. Shit, they ain't won a chip since 7 years ago. When was COVID? Six years ago?
Nah, it was like 4 years ago, man.
No, I'm talking about the Lakers won the championship.
Yeah,
it had to be by
2020.
5. Yeah, so it's about to be 5 years. This year about to be 5 years.
Well, they're not patient because, like you said, they always making trades this season. That's what I mean by like not patient, right? They're always going after the big free agents, trying to find trades. But like I said, just blow it up and start anew. They're not doing that. That's why I said they're impatient.
But you can blow it up and then have money to go get you a younger star. We trying to win around 2 older, broken down stars. You blow it up now, then you got this draft picks, then you got cap room to go after a young star when it's time for their contract to, be renewed. Because right now we trying to win with 2 older guys that's not leading you to a championship right now. But y'all can go ahead.
Yeah, they're not doing it, bro. Let's talk about the Pelicans. What's going on with there? Let's race us off again. Should they trade Brandon Ingram? What's going on with Zion, man? Like what's going on down in New Orleans? Like, let's talk about it. Like what they need to do in the future,
Trade Zion, get back whatever you can. Because you shed that contract. BI, you've shown them that you don't want him. Trade him, and I would trade CJ McCollum too. Because it's just not working, bro. They tried, they spent the money. You thought you had a big 4 when you added Murray, and it's just not working out, bro. You got 3 out of the 4 injury prone, and it's just not working, bro. It's time to start anew. You got draft picks from the Anthony Davis trade, but yeah, it's just time to start over, bro. Blow it up.
Yeah, I'm with you. Oh, go ahead, Keith.
No, it's you, man. It's on you.
Hey, I'm with you, Ray. I think they should just blow it up. Like you said, the top 2. I mean, 3 of the top 4. They injury prone. Zion, I don't know if this dude will ever play a full season in his career. Brandon Ingram, he's injury prone, but he's come back, and played well this season. CJ McCollum, injury prone. So just blow it up as well. Like you just move on and try to get you some good pieces to go around the guy from that they traded for Atlanta. From Atlanta, and keep it moving.
Keon, so is you up next? Did he log off?
Yeah, he dropped off for whatever reason.
What's up with that boy internet? That boy was guy.
I'm talking about my boy with Chris.
He got 5. He got 5. Well, your video been going in and out. So y'all got, I don't know what internet going on in Maryland. I don't know what type of internet y'all got in Bowie. But yo, both y'all internet be going in and out.
They shot crispy, boy. Woo! We up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with y'all internet, man. But all right, so yeah, I agree with. I don't think you can trade everybody out. You got to have some type of player to build off of. But I don't. What's wrong with Zion? That's what I don't understand. Is he hurt? Like what? They talking about how much his weight keep coming back. Is he hurt? Like what's going on with Zion? Is it a weight issue?
I think more. I think he lost the love. I think he lost the love for basketball. I think he's there to play, but I just don't see that fire. And when he's on the court, he plays hard. He do it, but I just don't see that fire. You know, when he's out, you don't hear nothing about him like doing the work to come back. I mean, I don't know. I just think that he don't have that fire that most people would have. Okay, I got to get back. I got to do what I got to do to get back. It's more or less with him. It seems like once he out, oh man, you know, I'm done. I'm good. You know, I got these checks. You know, they got to pay me. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's more of an attitude and a want to with him.
Yeah. That's another thing, bro. It's time to move on from the Zion business, bro. If you're a Pelican.
You ready to move on from Zion, man?
It's ready. It's time to move, JD, bro. Every year it's something, dog. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of clauses in his contract anyway. He's not. What's the use to have a Bentley, but that motherfucker stay under the shade tree broke down? You know what I mean? So you going out there washing and it shining up, but you can't even take that joint out of town. Like there's no need at this point. You know, it's time to move on. Hey, you tried it. You probably can get a lot for him because they probably feel like, oh, he don't want to be there. He'll go play in a big market. So that's another thing. You already got young players, you know what I'm saying, that you have already. So yeah, it's time to move on from the Zion. Zion business is over in New Orleans. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm looking to trade you at this deadline. Or get you back healthy, let you play this season, then I'm looking to trade you. Because again, every year, same situation. You're starting off slow because he's not ready to play. You're in the play-in, trying to make the play-in. This year, you know, the moves they made, you were looking at the Pelicans. Every year we saying, man, next year the Pelicans should be a top 4 team. But every year, Zion he's not open for business, man. So yeah, it's kind of when he's healthy, he's good. But dude ain't never healthy, bro. So yeah, it's time to move on.
That's interesting, man. I don't know, y'all. What direction would you take if you trade Bi? You trade and we're talking getting rid of. And this is Raymond's words: getting rid of Bi, getting rid of everybody. Basically, he's like get rid of Zion, get rid of what's the point guard? McCollum. You're talking about get rid of everybody. And how you going? Do you know what?
Yeah, I wouldn't say get rid of everyone. I wouldn't say get rid of everyone.
Bro, that's tough, man.
Yeah, because you need especially in a small market, you need some type of players for people to come watch you. It's just a Zion I'll get rid of. I keep McCullum. He only probably gonna play another 2 years anyway, if that. Good veteran. You always need a good veteran in the locker room. He a great leader, you know what I'm saying? But Brandon Ingram,
They showing they're not trying to pay him.
yeah, because you're paying Zion.
That's the NBA, bro.
That's why.
That's money, dog.
I just don't. I mean, I just don't know what direction you can take. Like
I get rid of Zion because the Pelicans got a lot of picks still too. They another one got a lot of picks.
When are you gonna start utilizing the Lakers picks?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
When
that's why
they banking on high pick from the Lakers and shit, bro. That's why they keep deferring. They don't want like a 12 pick or a 13 pick out of it. I think that's what they banking on.
But shit, 12, 13 pick you first round. That's a good picks. Some point you got to start using picks. Load up on Zion, losing pick to go. Yeah, they got to do something, bro.
They got like Trey Murphy is nice. They got talent, just can't stay healthy.
But those are complementary pieces. Trey Murphy. You know, whether it's the other player, those are complementary pieces. You still need a superstar, 2 or 3 superstar players on your team, man. You need it. You gotta have it.
But we don't know what a person can be complimentary when you got CJ, you got Murray, you got Zion. When all of them playing, yeah, you're gonna get scraps. But if you're getting the ball and getting opportunities for you don't know what you really got.
Right.
I don't know, bro. I get what y'all saying, but I feel like you're. I don't know, man. It seems like you kind of. I think y'all weighing an example of. I don't know if y'all want to go to despair again like y'all done in the past in the Pelicans, bro. It's been some times where y'all have had some lean years. Y'all have had some lean years in New Orleans, man. You don't want to go back to that point.
City gonna support them. Ain't like they're gonna ever be a championship caliber team. I mean, people still gonna support them. The low market. I mean, it's just kind of what it is, dog. Expectations never gonna be there.
I don't know I wouldn't say that because look at the small market like OKC or what other small market right now you got playing Denver, so it can be done with the right picks and moves. You know what I'm saying? It shows now you don't have to be a big market team to win a championship.
Yeah, we're gonna see, but they gotta make some moves. All-Star break gonna be interesting. Trade deadline.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's definitely gonna be crazy. All right, man. Let's get into what's going on with. Let's quick thoughts real quick. This is just a quick round robin here. Give me your thoughts on. Ray starts off again on what's going on with the Rockets. I think they've been their record and the number 2 team in the West, winning a lot of games. Just real quick, what's your thoughts on the Rockets and what they got going on?
Man, they got a ton of talent, and Udoka's a great coach, dog. He's showing it. You know what I'm saying? Like he had Boston Road before he had his issue. The talent is coming together. They got a good mix of a bit of veteran. Dylan Brooks is a little crazy, but he's like that enforcer. But when you drafting every year a top 2-3 player, at some point, bro, these guys got to start performing. And right now, they playing some good basketball, man. But shout out to Udoko for gluing it all together, man. Do a great coach.
Hey, what's your
I
thought?
agree with Ray.
No, okay. Bad. Go to the thoughts, man.
Yeah, Doko, I mean, he, like Ray said, he's showing that he's a great coach. He's showing that, once he get his system implemented into a team and the guys buy into it, like you said, with a good mixture of veterans and young players, you can win. And I think by him being there and, doing what he do, it gets those guys focused. They're playing at a high level. He keep the same team together and bring some other pieces in to fit what he's doing. I think the Rockets can really be, a fight for some people when it gets down to the playoffs. But that's when it really got to happen with the young players and the veterans. Yeah, the regular season, yeah, it's all fine and dandy. But when the lights come on, when that playoff start, and if you don't have to be in that playing game, that's when we really going to see, what they can do from a player standpoint. He's proven that he's a great coach in the playoffs. But I just think that's where with these guys, can they get it done?
Key?
It just shows you, man, again, that what a great coach would do. He did the same thing in Boston when they was having those years where they was been mediocre to mid, came in, turned that program around. So what he done with Houston, another thing about starting over with young talent and just getting a great coach to bring the talent out. Because once you get to the league, bro, everybody got talent. You know what I'm saying? These are all American players in a city or wherever, college and whatever. So everybody can play in the NBA. Just getting the right core group together. You ain't always got to have big names and just going out there and competing and playing to the best of your ability as one team. And that's what Udoka do, bro. He bring out the best in his players. So again, you just need to get a great leader and young talent because basketball is a young man's game. And they more athletic, they are running people, they playing defense, and they playing hard every night. So, and you can see that.
Do you think, and Key answers the question, do you think they can replicate this type of success in the playoffs?
I think they can, but every young, gonna go with the bunts and pain where, they not saying they gonna get to the Western Conference Finals, but can they win a playoff game depending on who they match up with? Series, yes. Can they push a veteran team to 6 or 7 game? They first year getting in the playoff, I think they could. Because like I said, it always comes down to basketball effort and playing together as a team because everybody got talent. They more younger, they more athletic, so they coach well. So I can see them being competitive in the playoffs. Do I see them like getting to the? Because you need the experience to come with it too, being in the playoffs because they young. Like you said, when people young, they young and dumb, bro. They ain't got no fear. They don't know no better. They just going out there like it's our time and they ready to compete.
They got some veteran talent though. I mean, they're not all just young. They got some good veteran.
I'm talking about they young players who's are dogs that gonna be the ones that they're gonna get you 25 a night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Definitely, definitely. Anybody got any different thoughts? Do you think they got good playoff chances? Raven?
Yeah, they got a shot, bro. When you can play defense and you got a couple cats that can get you 25, you can win a playoff game. You can win a series.
What about you, D?
Yeah, I think it all boils down to defense. Can you play defense in the playoffs, and can the coaches make the right moves? And that's what it boils down to. I mean, everybody you got to put the ball in the hole. But if you can play defense and slow teams down and stay in games, the end of the game a lot of times come down to coaching and the moves that he makes to get them over the hump. So that's why I think they got a chance to win a series with a good coach. Like I said, what Duco is, he can make the right changes at the right time to get them a win that nobody expects them to win.
Very true. I don't have nothing additional on that one. Man, give me a.
Brandon Ingram out with a significant left ankle sprain out indefinitely. No, just cursed, though. The Pelicans is cursed, bro.
I think he probably just out indefinitely because maybe a trade about to happen. I don't know.
Yeah. My God, they can't get right, dog.
Yeah, it's tough with them. It's tough. It's very tough what's going on in New Orleans, man. Like it's hard to even perceive the fact that this team, and I feel sorry for Willie Green because I know he's got to be like, he's basically, he had like 5 G League players starting the other day. Like they had dude Peyton, I think what's the name? I can't remember his first name, but they had him out there starting. He had a good ass game, but it's like it was all G League players. Everybody was out.
Bro.
Everybody is out. Nate Jones is out. Everybody was out. I was like, dang, they ain't got nobody healthy. Like that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. All right, Ray, give me definitely give me a round of applause for this because I was going to talk about it, but they ended up winning last night. So give a round of applause for those Wizards who finally won a game after being the only team in the history of the NBA not to win a game in an entire month. The Wizards won a game the other day, and they in typical fashion of the Wizards, they beat a very good Denver Nuggets team when Joker went for 56 and 18. 56 points and 18 rebounds and 6 assists, and they won. That's crazy.
They need to be ashamed of themselves. Everybody on that Denver team, man, they should be ashamed of themselves, bro. I don't even know what else they can do. I don't even know what else Joker can do. He can't do no more. He can't do no more than what he's doing.
Yeah, he's definitely top 2 in the league as far as plays. Him and Giannis have been playing out of their minds. Like as far as this season. And yeah, I'm just amazed. How in the world do you not win in an entire month? That's like the entire month of November you didn't win a game. And then you go beat Denver Nuggets. That's a shame, bro. That is absolutely what's going on with what I mean, we live here. Like I don't even want to go to the games. Like it's a waste of time unless you're going to see the other team. So
yeah, but you gotta be. It's like you said, that's kind of unheard of to not win a game. I don't care how bad you are to not win a game for a whole month. Like I don't think that's probably ever been done. Like to not win a game for 31 days. Like you win a game on accident, just showing up. So, and it shows, bro. Where I think the ownership just now he don't care about the Wizards, bro. They
Nah, you
never
don't.
try to go after any free agent. Like they don't even they don't even shoot they shot like a dude trying to holler at a bad broad. They afraid, bro. Like I ain't even gonna try. I don't even want to be turned down. You know what I mean? It's like they don't even try. You in a nice city with a nice nightlife. You know what I'm saying? You close to a lot of major city, and you don't even get no free agents every time they come out. Like you don't even be like, bruh, the Wizards trying to go after such and such. They trying to put a package together. I just think the guys focus on the hockey team, bruh. And people in DC gonna come out. That's a nice date night or whatever. People out here gonna support their team. They gonna spend money, and I think that's what the ownership um is happy with. He don't even care about the Wizards winning. Because people, like you said, then you're gonna have so many people from this area, not from this area. They city might come in town, they basketball team, so they're gonna go to the game for the opposite team. And I think he's comfortable with that. And on the other hand, for Denver, bro, they ways in Jokic prime, bro.
Yeah.
How they being cheap. Because how you ain't going every year retooling to getting, what I'm saying, dominant players to play with this dude every year. It was just like when Shaq and Kobe and Jordan and LeBron was in their prime, every year the organization made moves to try to compete for a championship every year. You know what I'm saying? And they not doing that with Jokic, bro. They expecting this man just carry the whole team the whole time. And they not retuning and they wasting some prime years of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killing him. I mean, I love him with him and Westbrook on the floor because they play well off each other. But what's going on with Jamal Murray?
Injured, bro.
Like,
And down.
Murray, like ever since he got that money, man, it has been a non-factor.
Yeah, he's struggling.
I just don't the way he's playing. I'm like, man, he's not playing well at all. It's tough. But that's the name of the game. You got to play well when it counts. So
Yeah, he got to start speaking out, bro. I know you foreign players. He got to start speaking out like Giannis them was that time threatening to leave. Look, if y'all ain't give me nobody to help me win a chip, you know what I'm saying? You got to start speaking out.
yeah. Joker got to start. I don't know if he is. If he is not, maybe he'd be like, man, listen, y'all don't give me some players. I'm gonna take my horses. I'm gonna go get on my horses and go back to my country. I don't know what he got to say what he got to say, but when he comes back to his new deal, when they try to re-sign him, he's got to be more forceful about what he needs to see on the court because the way they're playing, like they're so up and down. I think Porter Jr. really hasn't been what you thought he's going to be. Jamal Murray definitely has been in the last 2 years. He just hasn't been the same player. And they don't have the bench they had. Yeah, so they got to figure it out. Good luck to them, but yeah, it's tough. All right, man. That comes to the end of our show. Any more last comments before we get out of here?
Man, they made Boise State a 3 seed.
Oh, did it?
Man, that's crazy.
Well, they had to get it automated, right?
They the 3 seed. Arizona State 4 seed.
Well, they're gonna go with the 4 conference winner, the 4 top seed.
They're the conference winners, so they had to.
Yeah, they're the conference winners.
They got an automated.
The ACC is a conference winner too.
But they're the 4 highest. They're the highest because we were ranked 17. We were ranked 17, and West Miami was ranked higher. Boise State was ranked like 12.
Damn,
yeah, so you got to go with the 4 conference winners.
Yeah, damn. They ain't gonna go far though.
Yeah, I think they probably played. They probably put SMU in there. I think they're gonna put SMU in that thing.
Yeah, they're gonna do it. They're gonna put them in.
Yeah, they gonna put SMU. If they doing what they ranking them like that, that's gotta be that's the initiative that SMU is gonna be in there. Yeah, they put them like that, like Arizona State. But I think the way they do it is they're just a 12 seed, but they got the automatic bid. So I don't think they're really the 3 seed. They just the 12 seed, but they got the automated. But they doing how I did the top 4 with Georgia being there, Oregon being
Clemson 12.
And Oregon being there. Well, Arizona's ranked 12th though, but they got the automated bid.
Clemson Clemson 12.
No, I'm looking at it right now. They got Arizona State at 12.
Huh.
Yeah, they got Arizona State 12. But if they're doing what I'm thinking they're doing, they definitely gonna put SMU in there. Yeah, it's impossible for Alabama being there if SMU in there. So that's it.
It's gonna be interesting.
You know what I mean? I see that now.
Ooh, Texas playing Clemson. Woo.
Who?
Texas playing Clemson.
Oh, we gonna lose. They gonna carve us. They gonna carve us up. They gonna carve us up.
Yeah, Texas.
This be the game. This be the game. They carve us up.
Texas the 5.
But if I'm a team and I see Boise State at 3, I already know we about to run through them. Like, yo,
Boise 3. I'm shocked.
That's tough. If you Boise State, you see Boise State that at 3, you know you're gonna run through them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wrap right there. You already know, like, we about to run through them.
Oh boy, it's gonna be interesting, boy.
Yeah, you got Boise State at 3.
Who Texas play after they play us?
They play Arizona State.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. They're on the Oregon side of the bracket. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The next 6 picks. Penn State. Ooh, Penn State.
Who Penn State got?
They about to show it now.
You got Texas. They got Texas, Clemson. Now they about to show Penn State. And Penn State, they got Penn State and ranked higher than Ohio State. So
damn.
Because they played in the championship game.
And damn, yeah. Ohio State faces Tennessee.
Ooh.
It's gonna be some good playoff games.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be the first round start next week, or they got a week by.
No, they start next week.
No, what's today? Today's the 8th. They start a week, 2 weeks from now.
Right before Christmas?
Yeah, they start
the 21st.
Tennessee plays them on 21st. Yes. They start like the 20th. I think that's what the weekend is. Like, because that Friday's it's the 20th. So yeah, it's like it's not this week, it's next week.
So they get them a week off. But I mean they get 3 the whole thing get 3 weeks off, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you seen that? Like, yeah, I don't see that. No, I already know. But damn, that's crazy. They got Penn State play Notre Dame. Damn, how they rank Notre Dame? At 11.
They're on the same bracket side, but they play each other.
Oh, okay.
They ain't 7. Penn State 6. That's wild.
I gotta get something like you.
That's gonna be stuck between Bama, SMU. But you know Ohio State gonna be in that bitch.
Yeah, I think if I just see what I just saw, I already know that Bama's not getting
Ohio State. So Ohio State is up there in the Oregon bracket.
Yeah, we're not getting it.
Only 3 left now. SMU probably.
Yeah, they're gonna put SMU in there. They got to. The gamblers are telling me that they're putting SMU in. You know, the gamblers gonna know first.
Yeah, I figured when they came back and made that a 3-point game, lost by 3, they was getting there. Clemson would have kept blowing them out, they wouldn't have got
in. Well, that's crazy. Pac-12 got some teams in there. They're former Pac-12. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, man. I like to sit here and watch it. It's gonna be very interesting. A lot of these teams, man, I wonder how that portal gonna look tomorrow. Because some of these teams they're gonna be rolled out because the dude from
Tennessee, be a good one. Tennessee, Oregon State. I mean Tennessee.
That's gonna be a good one.
And the thing
is, who else?
The dude from Georgia left. He already put himself in the portal, so it's gonna be interesting how that portal gonna look.
Tennessee in there. There's only 2 spots left. They're making this shit like suspenseful.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, like dog, if you gotta look at the Vegas already tell you who's gonna get it. They already got the Vegas lineup. They already got it out.
Let's see that, man. Like being so suspenseful, dog.
Yeah, you just go. I'm doing FanDuel. FanDuel got that shit out already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, the Vegas gonna know it before everybody know it. Cause they gotta put the gambling out there. They are doing. They be super extra about it, bro. Like let's put the dramatics when they already know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they already got out there, man.
It is dramatic, like bro.
They already got the games. I told y'all they shit on FanDuel. They already got the Tennessee Ohio State gambling. They got it up. They have the spread up. Like Ohio State 6.5. What they game?
That's a lot over. That's a lot over Tennessee. I might gotta go against that spread.
I think that may be. I mean,
Indiana,
not what the game is.
Wow, Indiana play Notre Dame, so it's between SMU and Bama.
Texas and Clemson. Yeah.
Man, you got a cakewalk to the fucking semifinal.
Oh,
Georgia. They're gonna beat the shit out of Notre Dame or Indiana.
yeah, I think so.
I don't know. It matters with quarterback play.
Yeah, that is true. Man, Beck ain't playing.
Yeah, Beck ain't playing. Might as well quarterback playing. So yeah, when you see them odds like that, they already out, bro. They already know what that is. That shit let me know. Shit, that's SMU.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2. I mean, if you look at the strength of schedule and all that, of course, Bama gonna get in. But I mean, you had a great year, dog. Like it's hard to leave them out.
But them losses hurt Alabama too. They lost too.
Yeah.
You're looking at the. I'm looking at it.
Man, just suspension, bag. Just put a lot of team there.
Man, that should be online, bro. You know, they be dramatic as hell.
They definitely be dramatic about this one.
They definitely gonna be dramatic. They gonna make it dramatic on what? All right, man. So we gonna have to log off for the day.
Yeah, we out of here.
I gotta get out of here, man. But hey, man, listen.
Happy birthday, JP.
I appreciate
happy birthday, dog. What you doing for your birthday?
About to go out to dinner in a minute, so that's the reason why I'm about to jump out the car right now, man. Enjoy me some food. So I'll catch up with y'all players later. All right, brothers. Y'all take care, man. We out of here.
Yeah.